Socrates, the father of philosophy in Western civilization. Little is known of Socrates, excepting that which is connected with his philosophical pursuits, for this is the reason he is remembered. Today, we will attempt to describe just who was this Socrates, the bringer of knowledge. But even great men have simple beginnings. So tell me, Socrates, what was your early life like?
My father was Sophroniscus, a humble sculptor. We weren't especially wealthy, but we had enough to live comfortably. I received a typical education befitting any Athenian citizen. Poetry, arithmetic, geometry, astronomy.
In his prime, Socrates fought as a hoplite in the Athenian military and was commended for his great bravery and endurance. It was later when Socrates made one of the most important decisions in the history of Western civilization.
Somewhere in the middle period of my life, I relinquished my position as a statuary and gave myself to my destiny, to philosophy. I thought it was grand. Others found it troubling that I neither secluded myself to study nor opened a school for the regular instruction of pupils.
Socrates claimed that he was not a teacher, but a converser who, as put by his enemies, would prattle without end. One day, a friend of Socrates went to the Delphic oracle and asked if any man was wiser than Socrates. The oracle replied, "None."
And I found the answer to be quite troubling, for I was aware of the fact that I possessed no knowledge at all, whether it be great or small. For you see, I know that I knew nothing. As such, I was sure the oracle had made a mistake. To prove this, I selected a leading politician, a man who was generally considered to be wise. After putting my questions to him, however, I found that his supposed wisdom was really no wisdom at all. It was revealed to me that my superiority to others lay not in my wisdom in and of itself, but in the fact that I was fully conscious of my ignorance. I also realized that through the oracle, God had given me a mission to reveal to men their own ignorance, and in doing so, to enlighten them.
And Socrates did just that. So tell me about how most of your debates would happen.
Sure, I suppose the easiest way is, here, just start talking about something, anything.
Well, last night I heard a loud noise outside my house. I expected to find a thief or something, but when I ran outside, I was face to face with an adult bear.
A bear, my dear Vincent. What is a bear?
A bear? A bear is just a furry animal who walks on 4 legs.
Are you meaning to tell me this is a bear?
Okay. Ah, I see. Let me change my statement. A bear is a large, furry animal that walks on 4 legs.
I've just shaved this animal. It is described as a bear. Has it then ceased to be a bear? Oh, say for example I found another bear, and I've cut off one of its legs. Is it not a bear? Perhaps it is now a new animal. What shall we name this animal?
Needless to say, there were many people who, instead of accepting their revealed ignorance, responded with anger and hostility. When Socrates was in his 70s, he was brought to a court by a man named Meletus on the charge of corrupting the youth of Athens, being an atheist, and creating new gods. Socrates proposed that his punishment should be wages and free dinners for the rest of his life. Instead, however, Socrates was condemned to death.
My condemnation did not go over well with the young men who called themselves my students, especially Crito. He even came to my cell during my imprisonment and bade me escape to Thessaly, where he had friends who would take me in. His zeal was fierce, but misguided, and it was not my place to escape imprisonment.
After 3 days, Socrates' sentence was carried out.
I was given hemlock poison to drink, and after I had downed it, I was instructed to walk around until my legs felt numb. At that time I lay down, feeling in my legs had left me, and I began to feel weak, powerless. As I felt the end of my life draw near, a sudden euphoria seized me, much akin to seeing a rich dish before smelling or tasting it.
And so Socrates, a man of calm knowing, passed with the dignity and composure befitting of his past career.